Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today I'm wearing my major shirt because it's time for a Patrick Ta video. We have 3 new shades, and I've got all of them here in the Patrick Ta Major Headlines Blush Double Take Creme and Powder Blush Duos. Yeah, I had to look down and read that. I cannot be memorizing all of that. We are knee deep, probably literally, actually, in blush. So I'm turning the screen blush, because that is what we do around here when it's blush time. We have so many blush reviews for you guys. Yesterday I had the Givenchy Prisme Libre Loose Powder Blush. Today the Patrick Ta, and also coming up we have a brand new blush from Makeup by Mario, a cream blush, and the new blush duos from Give, which are powder blushes. Lots of blush coming up. I am wearing a moderate amount right now of the shade. Remember, I got all 3. This is She's Wanted, but in the demo coming up, you will get a good laugh. It is definitely not a tutorial. In the demo, I really over apply so that you can see the shades. But just be prepared. I'm warning you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we got here. Major Headlines Blush Double Take Cream and Powder Blush are $36, and now we have 11 shades. So Patrick Ta originally came out with just powder blushes, if you recall, when he launched his blush, but then he came out with this really ingenious powder cream combo. And though we know that Natasha Denona plays a lot in powders and creams, Patrick Ta has really proven himself to be the master of using powder and cream together. And just like Natasha Denona, all of his have what I like to call, because it has a nice ring to it, the Ta flap, which is this flap right here. And I know others use this, but I like to call it the Ta flap, that divides the powder from the cream shade. I really, and that's innovative, and it keeps them apart. And so much so, we like it so much that when there isn't a Ta flap, even in another brand, some of you will tell me, where's the Ta flap? It needed the Ta flap. So we miss it when it's not there. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it. Now that makes 11 shades total. I have all 3 of the new ones here. We're gonna look at them, swatch them, try them on, but I also have in the swatches some comparisons to other Patrick Ta blushes, some of the other 11, oh, and actually one of the singles that I thought maybe bared a little bit of a resemblance. But if there's any other blushes that you need swatched, just, drop a line here or over on Instagram, and I'm happy to do it for you. We would be here forever if I just started swatching pink blushes. You know how that is. So let me know what you need to help you make your shopping decision. Okay, like I said, $36 each. We start with the shades called She's Flushed, which is kind of a peachy pink shade. And as you know, probably, we have the powder down below and the cream up top. Now, an interesting thing that Patrick Ta did for us when he introduced these, he also introduced a new way to wear it. And Patrick Ta, well, many other makeup artists might have done it, but Patrick Ta was certainly first in bringing it widespread, which is cream over powder. Usually we are used to powdering our faces, so generally we would do a cream and then lay a powder over it. You're still welcome to do that, but Patrick Ta himself, the makeup artist maestro that he is, prefers to put the cream on top to give it kind of a dewy look, and I'll show you that in the demo. Let's look here at She's Giving, which is one of the 3 new shades, and this is described as a blue pink, so a kind of a cool pink, calling all of you in my cool tone revolution. Let me lift the Ta flap, and here is the blue pink as they describe it, powder and then cream. I will stop at nothing to get my Ta flap into the lexicon, and anyone out there who knows Patrick Ta, I will only be satisfied when I hear Patrick Ta himself refer to it as the Ta flap. I'm waiting for it to get back to him. It hasn't yet, but I won't stop until it does. And then the last 3 of the new ones is called She's Wanted. It's a berry shade. It is indeed what I'm wearing right now in a moderate amount. Wait till you see it overdone in the demo. You'll scream. It's pretty wildly vivid. And this is in the powder, and then here in the cream. Let's look at a few swatches, and then we'll do some comparisons. First, we're going to look at these shades side by side. So what I do is in the demo, I'm going to do the cream and then the powder underneath, okay? So let's take a look at that first in studio light. We'll do natural light in a moment. Here's she's flushed with the cream on top and the powder underneath. In the middle, she's giving, which is that blue pink, with the cream on top and the powder underneath. And then all the way towards my wrist is she's wanted, that berry shade that I'm actually wearing right now, in the cream on top and powder underneath. But to see these much, much, much better and really see the way the formula works, let's take them outside into the warm California sunshine. Here we are with those three shades. She's flushed, she's giving, and she wanted, next to each other in the warm California sunshine. Now perhaps you own some or even all, if you're a completionist like me, of the now 11 Patrick Ta shades. So here's what I have done in this swatch. I have left the she's flushed, she's giving, and she's wanted on my arm exactly where they were. And then underneath it, I've just done a quick finger swatch of a few shades that I think are pretty similar. So let me put this very messy, albeit complete arm up on screen, and maybe you want to freeze it and I'll tell you what we see up there, okay? Here we go. Same ones across the top is she's flushed, she's giving, she's wanted in the new shades. Then underneath it, we have two rows. The top row underneath it, so essentially the middle row, is Do We Know Her? Both powder and cream. She's adorable in just the powder. That one does not have a cream component. She's blushing in both powder and cream. She's a doll, both powder and cream. She's baked, both powder and cream. And then that last row is Giving Flirty and Giving Sun-Kissed. Giving Flirty and Giving Sun-Kissed were also in the trios. Patrick Ta has released two different trios that are now basically sold out, and he went back and released them as singles. But I have both of the trios. So if you have those, you're pretty lucky. Again, let's put that back up there again, and I'll show you. Across the top, we have She's Flushed, She's Giving, She's Wanted. Underneath that, so the second row, we have Do We Know Her? She's Adorable, She's Blushing, She's a Doll, She's Baked. And on the very bottom line, Giving Flirty and Giving Sun-Kissed. If you need any other comparisons, you know who to ask, and I'm happy to get them right up there for you. We could do blushes, especially this summer with all these Barbie pink blushes. We could do blushes till we're pink in the face. That's a lot of blush, let me tell you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go to the demo, and I warn and I warn and I warn. This is not a tutorial. It is incredibly, ridiculously overdone, just so you can really see the shade. I will start the demo, all three of these new shades, with just the powder, and then we will, with fingers, tap on gently the cream over the top, which is a process and a procedure that Patrick Ta says happily recommends. Some of you don't like fingers, but the man himself does recommend it. So we're going to go now to the demo, and then we'll talk a little bit when we return. Stay right there. Well, what do you think? Again, here is the She's Wanted shade in a very normal amount rather than ridiculous, like I wouldn't go outside the house in, but I really wanted you to be able to see the shades. And you know, no matter what I do, the studio lights do wash things out. So I wanted to make sure you could really see the color there. Well, who needs this? You know, if you like this formula. You know, I don't always do reviews of shade extensions. Sometimes I figure if I've reviewed the product, you can choose the shade. But these Patrick Ta blushes are so popular, and I love the way he works with powder and cream so much that I really felt I owed it to myself and to you guys to review all 3 of the shade extensions. You know, if you like this, they are very bold. They are very bright. They're not gentle. Some shades are super gentle and build gently. These are very, very bright, and you know, this is a moderate amount, and you can still see me coming. It is a lot of blush, so you have to like that really bold blush. I think it's a beautiful thing to wear it on the cheeks, up kind of, and over the eyes as well. I just think it makes a really fun together statement, but you know that about me. All blush to me is really just an excuse for a face palette. But you know, they're not subtle. These are not subtle little guys, and I just think they're gorgeous. In fact, I kind of laugh to myself because Patrick Ta, even in like his Instagram posts, I want to laugh at the models because I think, oh my goodness, is that me with my over application? You know, he really wants you to see these are to be made and to be worn boldly. Now, interestingly enough, probably tomorrow I have the Give review coming. That also is a duo, but they're both powder. So that'll be very, very different. And Mario has a cream blush out that he recommends that you pair with his powder. So we have lots of blush to choose from. See if this is up your alley or not. And ask me what else you need to see. Tell me your thoughts below as well. It's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so we can continue to grow. Come and say a big hello over on Instagram, TikTok, and now on Threads. And don't forget that you can become a bigger member of this community by either giving super thanks or by becoming a channel member for all sorts of good behind the scenes stuff and weekly members only lives. But in any way that you are here, please know that I am thrilled to see you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.